Why are so many businesses adopting AI to move faster, but actually creating more risk and inconsistency in the process? AI is being adopted faster than it's being understood, and that's where the problem starts. Most businesses aren't lacking tools, they're lacking structure. What we're seeing is an implementation gap where AI is being used without clear ownership, policy, or visibility. Most businesses don't have an AI strategy. They have AI activity happening across employees and tools without coordination. And when that happens, decisions start getting influenced in ways leadership can't fully see, control, or explain. AI starts shaping communication, internal analysis, and even customer facing outputs, but without a clear understanding of how those outcomes are being generated. So instead of creating consistency, it introduces variation and risk at the exact moment businesses are expecting improvement. What does that actually look like inside a business that's already using AI today? Most AI environments look functional on the surface, but underneath they're completely unstructured. Employees are using AI independently, teams are getting inconsistent outputs, and there's no clear definition of what's approved, what's risky, or who is accountable. For example, one team might be using AI to draft communications, another might be using it for internal reporting or data summaries, but there's no shared standard for how those outputs are reviewed, validated, or used. Everyone is working slightly differently, which creates inconsistency across the business. If you asked most leadership teams where AI is being used today, they wouldn't be able to give a clear or complete answer. It feels productive in the moment, but there's no shared visibility, no consistency, and no real control over how AI is influencing the business. Where do the real risks start to show up for leadership once AI is in use? The risk shows up when AI starts influencing outcomes the business is responsible for but can't defend. If leadership can't clearly explain how AI is being used, they can't stand behind the decisions it supports. That becomes a problem in security, in compliance, and in day-to-day operations. It can affect how information is handled, how decisions are made, and how the business communicates internally and externally. AI doesn't create problems, it exposes the ones that already exist. And it will amplify broken processes faster than it improves good ones. So if there are gaps in how your business operates today, AI will scale those gaps quickly. The risk isn't just that something goes wrong, it's that issues spread faster and become harder to trace back to their source. Is this something new, or is AI just accelerating patterns we've already seen with technology? It's the same pattern we've seen with technology for years, just happening faster and with less visibility. Most environments didn't start fragmented, they became that way over time as tools were added without a clear structure or long-term plan. AI is accelerating that pattern because it's easy to adopt and difficult to track. Unlike traditional systems, AI usage often isn't centrally managed, which makes it much harder to understand how it's influencing the business. Without defined standards, you end up with overlapping usage, unclear ownership, and hidden risk that only becomes visible when something goes wrong or needs to be explained. And by that point, it's usually already impacting operations or decision making. AI isn't the risk, the lack of structure around it is. For a business owner or leadership team that's already exploring AI, what's the right next step to make sure they're doing this properly? Before you scale AI, you need to understand where you're already exposed. Most businesses are already using AI in some form. The question is whether it's controlled or not. That's exactly why we created the AI Implementation Risk Assessment. It gives you a clear view of where AI is being used, where risks exist, and where you need structure across your people, your processes, and your tools. It's designed to help you move from assumption to clarity very quickly. And if you want to go deeper, the next step is an AI Stack Challenge. That's where we pressure test what's actually happening in your business, align it to how your team works day to day, and define a clear 90-day path to safer, more consistent AI adoption. Because the goal isn't just to use AI, it's to use it in a way that actually improves how your business operates.